And Aaron here, and we wanted to do a quick kind of like state of where we're at as far as the gym goes. So we're going to talk Vanguard stuff, we're going to talk wodamania stuff, we're going to talk current training cycle stuff. So Vanguard, it's Monday after the event. Thoughts on the event? How'd you feel? How'd you feel like everybody else did?
I feel like it was a lot of fun. It was great to see we had a lot of teams on the podium.
Six.
Six teams on the podium was great to see. And our elite team, they just absolutely crushed it. Came just one spot short of getting on the podium. It was impressive to watch for sure. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I'm just counting here. I just realized this, but 60% of the teams that went were on a podium,
nice.
Which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be like, that's not a dig at anybody that didn't get on a podium. That should just be, motivation that like you're in the right place, you're doing the right thing, continue to grind. So to kind of start off at the top, we had Sonia and Helena. That's a lot of like N's and Nias. Finished third place Masters. They crushed it. Their best workout was a swim workout, unlike his best workout. And I always think, and I give him shit. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted a video where I was like kind of giving him shit, half jokingly, but mostly not. I always like seeing our team's best workout be the swim workout, because I always tell people like we have a pool here. In order to be a good CrossFit swimmer, literally here, in Florida,
okay.
We have lots of pools here. In order to be a good swimmer in CrossFit, like you don't actually have to be a good swimmer, like a good swimmer. If you can just not stop, you're probably one of the better swimmers in your division. And all joking aside, can you not? I mean, what do you think?
I mean,
you stopped many times.
I have to stop.
And don't you think that all you have to do is not stop? Like
yeah.
you don't even have to swim fast, really.
I can't breathe in the water, bro. I gotta work on it.
Yeah,
that was definitely our worst event.
Yeah, that was Aaron and Mike's worst event, which we'll get to if I put you guys down here. I did put you guys down here. Next team we had Jess and Kayla, which were intermediate co-ed, and they both really challenged themselves doing that division. They crushed it. Jess's back hurt a little bit on the last workout, so we hope that she feels better. Kayla's already excited about doing wodamania with her sister, so it's always cool that like immediately after a competition weekend, people are like so amped, ready to go. So Jessica, good job. Kayla, good job. Briggs and Jacob. How long have we been recording for?
That was fun to watch.
3 minutes. So we're only going to spend 90 seconds talking about what happened with them, and like kind of like all the thoughts with that, because we could probably spend 2 minutes. So you can have 45 seconds, then I'll take 45 seconds.
I mean, I just I feel like Briggs, kudos. You gotta not get so upset when you don't do well in a comp, because it was your first comp. So, and I know that you've been giving them a hard time about that.
25 seconds.
So, you guys did great. It's all good.
Yeah,
you showed up.
Yeah, you guys did do good. Briggs, props for jumping in your first comp. It's a big comp. It's a super competitive division. And like all joking aside, they finished third.
Yeah.
You guys finished third, which is awesome. Jacob, you did great. Jacob's a freak athlete. He's been competing, and he obviously went in there. They were at different levels as far as experience goes, and Jacob was a really good sport. Briggs was a really good sport. You guys were both really good sports, and it was really cool to see you guys both have a good time, even though there were some ups and downs, and you guys kind of took everything like in full stride, which was cool. I'm excited to see Briggs do a couple more events in the intermediate division and kind of iron out some of his issues, and I'm excited to see Jacob in the RX division doing his things on one of our better teams in the upcoming months. Aaron and Mike, do you have anything to say about your performance?
I mean, besides my awful swimming, Mike is the man. Come back for that win.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so Aaron and Mike came in first place, which was awesome. Their worst workout was the swim. And I told Aaron this when it happened. I was almost annoyed at the way everything went down, that they were able to walk away on the other events the way they were, because they didn't do good on the swim and they didn't really feel the hurt. and
I was hurting, bro. Did you not? I was
emotional hurting, and I almost wish
drowned.
I almost wish that they would have like felt the hurt emotionally and on the leaderboard a little bit more, because it would put a fire underneath. It's just how how we all are.
Sure.
Like we have to like get punched in the face in order for us to really dial in. So, do you want to make a statement on what you will or will not be doing as far as swimming training? For like, let's put it on the record.
Yeah,
what are you committing to?
My commitment is to get in the water and push myself.
No.
What?
Actual commitment, not this like hypothetical. I want to get better at swimming. How many times per
Once a week, minimum. Once a week in the water swimming.
Once a week. Everybody watching this or nobody watching this, I don't know who's going to watch this or not. At least we have record, even if nobody watches it. Aaron says he's going to swim once a week. So next time I'm an asshole to you, I can refer back to this video and say that you said a certain thing, and we'll see if
I'll do it.
Okay,
I'll document it.
All right. Last couple, Joseph and Kyle, first place intermediate. That was tight. Both you guys are definitely ready to take a step up. It's obviously Joseph.
First.
Yes. If you get first, you got to go up a division, 100%.
RX.
Joseph has obviously been with us since he was a tiny little baby. He's still a little baby, but it's been cool to see him grow, and I definitely think that he's ready to step up into the next division and potentially get his ass kicked a couple times. But
sure.
That's kind of how it works. So good job to you guys. Mango and Peyton crushed it. Second place, RX division, stacked RX division. Their worst workout was the lift. So we've got obviously some work to do with that. But other than that, I mean, they won events. I think they won 2, maybe 3 events. No bad finishes. They just crushed it, and they were like super fun to watch, super receptive to like coaching, which makes like it fun for me also. Did you have anything to say about them?
They killed it.
Other than that, I mean, they crushed it.
It was very fun to watch.
Super fun to watch. Worked really well. Next one, so now our 2 intermediate teams. So Jen, Natalie, Johan, and Alex did awesome. They came in second. My prediction was third, so they overshot my prediction. They did awesome. I think their worst event was the swim workout, and that was the workout that kind of like held them back. So we definitely got to get everybody in. Like, there's no reason why when we as like CrossFit Boy and Beach members and as like Black Sheep training athletes, when we go to these events that have swimming events, every division, everybody should be winning that event. You can go out that door, dude.
What?
You can unlock that door. You're good.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, there's just no reason. There's always groups going on Thursdays, on Saturdays. So if you don't already have a group to go swim with, and you're either getting ready for a competition or you think you might, swimming is it's awesome for your cardio. It's awesome recovery. It's awesome for lat strength. I know when I'm swimming a lot, my gymnastics, most specifically my bar muscle ups and my chest to bar, feels so much better just because like that lat engagement movement just feels that much better. You need to be swimming. Swimming events should not be your worst event, right?
Yep.
Did you have anything else for that? Are you good?
I'm good.
Dark horse team, in my opinion, of the competition was our other intermediate co-ed team, David, Brittany, and Jackie. They finished 9th place. I think there was like high 30s, low 40s teams-wise. I haven't actually checked, but somewhere around there. But they were like super present all weekend. They also did not have a great swim workout, but they won, or they came in second overall on the last event, which was really cool to see. They crushed it. I think that's the highest like placing any of them have potentially ever taken, maybe with the exception of Jackie last year, wodamania with Kyle, on a single event, at a competition ever. So I think they all were like really excited to be able to finish on such a high note. I think at one point, after Friday or after Saturday, they were in like 3rd or 4th, so they were like right there. So it was cool to see them climb up to that 3rd or 4th spot, and then even worst case scenario, they only dropped back a few. So that was really cool to see all of them do as well as they did. I had a really good time watching them. I think everybody did, and they really shocked everybody.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised. And then the elite team, like Aaron said, one spot away from a podium. It was a stacked division. Their worst workout was the swim workout as well. All of the CrossFit stuff, weightlifting the max lift included, top 3 and everything. That swim workout was the only workout that kind of pushed them back. But it was stacked, and they killed it. So all in all, it was a great weekend. I personally was super upset to not be able to compete, but having this many people there, everybody, just like the vibe all weekend was like so good. There were no disasters, with the exception of Jessica hurting her back on the last event, obviously. But throughout the weekend, there was no disasters. Everybody just had a great time. Everybody did well, whether you got set on a podium or not. So it was a lot of fun. So leading into Wodamania. Wodamania is what day?
December 10th.
December 10th, and it's
one day.
3 events. Is there a floater this year also? Do you know?
They have a lift, which is another score, but it's part of one of the WODs.
So there's 4 scores.
Yeah, 4 scores.
So there's 4 scores, 3 workouts throughout one day. It's in Riviera, so it's like a 40-minute drive. Whether you're like seasoned and you love competing, it's cool because it's right up the street. Maybe this is your first event and you're not sure, or maybe you're thinking about doing your first event and you're not sure like what's a good first event. Wodamania is a perfect first event. They have a beginner scaled and RX division. They have same sex, so female and male and co-ed. So like no matter who you're thinking about doing it with, you can do it like in some type of division. So there's really no reason not to. Our personal goals as far as Black Sheep training across Boynton Beach goes, we want to have 30 teams. Currently we've got, I think, 11 or 12. Not the biggest deal in the world because sign up usually does start like probably like a big push, usually a month out, 30 days out. And we're going to start pushing it a lot too. But on top of that, our goal is to get 14 teams on podiums at that event. So there's 27 total podium spots throughout all the divisions: beginner, masters, scaled, RX, co-ed, same-sex female, 27 divisions. So throughout those 27, we want to have 14. So we want to have just over half of the total podiums at Wodamania be from either remote athletes of ours or in-house athletes of ours. Which, if we have 30 teams, is actually below our we'll call it like a conversion rate of Vanguard, which was 60%. So at Vanguard, 60% of our teams were on podium. We're looking for just over 50% of our teams on a podium for Wodamania.
I think that if you're on the fence about doing this, you need to just do it. It's fun. Don't stress about it. There's plenty of options, whether it's same-sex or co-ed. Find a partner. And because it is a small local event, it could sell out quick. So don't be like last minute. Also, we don't want to probably put it in the video, but we do have a discount code they gave to us. So message in the chat or reach out to somebody at the gym to get the discount code. But get your partner, get signed up, don't miss it.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And last thing, so we're going to do just as a little recap on where we're at training wise. Current training cycle, we're in week 5 of 9. So just to kind of like identify exactly what it is that we're doing right now, and those of you guys that are following BSG training can testament to this. You'll be like, oh yeah, that sounds about right. Our strength stuff is very traditionally strength oriented. What I mean by that is there's a lot of rest, there's A, B, C, D. It's all percentage work, a lot of squatting, a lot of snatching, a lot of clean and jerking. We're not doing a lot of EMOMs right now. We're not mixing any real high-skill gymnastics with heavy bars like we do at certain times of the year. We're not getting our heart rate up and then hitting heavy bars like we do at some time of the year. We're really trying to get stronger in a controlled format. On top of that, our gymnastics, some of you guys are high-skill oriented enough that you're able to do some of the high skill gymnastics in our CrossFit pieces right now. But no matter what, whether you're following the elite path or the RX path or the intermediate path, we're doing a lot of gymnastics work outside of timed formats and a lot of like elite wise, a lot of local muscle fatigue, and then into high skill gymnastics stuff. And we're only doing one Metcon really per day, one true Metcon, where our heart rate is like getting up, elevated, redlining, that kind of thing. And gas tank wise, all the gas tank stuff is monostructurally based, meaning it's just one machine. It's all percentage work based on different efforts, based on your 5K, based on your 10-minute time trial. As we finish this cycle up, which again will be in 4 weeks, I think that puts us at wodamania, or just before wodamania, I believe. That will be the start of our final cycle that'll lead us into the Open. And for those of you guys that are doing Wodapalooza, obviously through Wodapalooza. So what that next training cycle will look like, and we'll make a more in-depth video about that, it's going to be much less gas tank wise, it's going to be much less monostructurally based, where instead of just biking a bunch, it's going to be biking mixed with other things, because now is time, that would then be the time to get really good at CrossFit and doing mixed modal movements, not just monostructural. We'll be doing 1 or 2, probably more like 2 true Metcons per day, so we'll get in really, really good like CrossFit herding, redlining type shape. And our strength stuff will be a little bit more time oriented, and it'll be a little bit more high skill oriented, getting some muscle ups into some heavy squat cleans, or doing some chest to bar into some heavy squat snatches, and much less trying to increase our 1 rep max, but making it so that we can move a heavy bar with fatigue and 4 reps like we're going to see in the opening in quarterfinals. And when we get closer to that, we'll talk more about our goals as far as open registrants, and really more importantly, did you just fart?
Wow. Edit. That's messed up.
So, side note, you didn't hear this conversation the other day. So, I have a 3-year-old who when he farts now that we're talking about farting, he says I farted, and I think it's hysterical.
That's awesome.
But Kristen, my wife, thinks that he should say excuse me. Now, here's my thing about farting and excuse me, and I'm interested. Maybe we'll make a poll of this.
Poll.
If the fart comes out and it was not silent, and you think that people might have heard it in a public setting, are you going to stop what you're doing and say excuse me,
No,
and undoubtedly call attention to the fact that you farted, or are you just gonna hope that you're just gonna like play it off like nothing happened? Like, you didn't just say excuse me, I had to call you out.
Yeah. We're doing a fucking video.
But you wouldn't have said excuse me regardless.
I mean, if we were just chilling and
You would've said
it was
excuse
loud,
me.
I wouldn't have said excuse me.
Okay.
But I would have like laughed or something.
But you
like,
would not have said excuse
No.
me. Alright, so the question is, do you say excuse me when you fart, yes or no? This will be a separate video that we'll do. So, sign up for Wodamania. November 20th is a Sunday. We'll put out times, but it's probably going to be something like 10 to 2 unofficially. Officially November 20th, unofficially 10 to 2. We're going to run through all the Wodamania workouts. So sign up for Wodamania. We're going to make Wodamania one of our big events that we really, really push this year, that we're going to have a really, really like heavy presence at, and that we are going to dominate. Yeah. And don't forget about our clean competition.
Oh yeah.
November 18th. So that's a fun weekend. All right?
Don't miss that.
Don't say excuse me when you fart either.
Oh shit.